Hey there, Virgo, and welcome to your week of September 6, 2021 general tarot reading. Thank you so much for being here. We're just going to charge in and see what we got for your general vibe card here. Virgo, we got the Dolphin Spirit popping in for you. This and that are true, and the Dolphin Spirit can say that. It can say two contradicting things are true. Someone might say something very unsupportive to you, but mean it in a but they might mean something supportive because of that. An example I use is when I was younger, I told my father what I wanted to be when I grew up, and he told me that that was a fine hobby. I'd never make money off of it, but if I wanted to pursue it, I should make sure that I have a job that had more steady income. So he wasn't saying something, he was saying something sort of negative, as in, don't chase your dream, I don't think you can do it, but he was saying something that like, but if you are going to do it, make sure you are financially stable first, which, you know, those two things can be true, right? He didn't want me to be out in the poor, out living, living meal to meal, paycheck to paycheck, chasing something that might not bear fruit, but he wanted to make sure I had a stable position before I went after that. So thank you for being here, Virgo. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully my neighbor started mowing when I started doing my work stuff here, or when I started doing my pre-shuffling and such. Hopefully that's not picking up in the audio. If it is, I'm sorry. I hope he will stop soon. He seems to be going towards the far side of his home right now, so hopefully that won't last for long. But thank you for putting up with that, Virgo, if you do decide to stick through this reading. And let's see what we got here for you. But if you're new to the channel, I do a spread here of past, present, future, and an outcome. I'm going to do clarifiers for all those cards, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And you're also going to want to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to tie everything off with the Moonology card. So we're starting things off in your past position with the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry for the camera shake. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of fortune coming in for you. You know, good things in that. Maybe you recently won a little bit of scratch on a lotto ticket or something like that. Could also just be, just good things are coming in. Maybe you recently received a gift from a loved one or someone you know. It can also say with the Wheel of Fortune, you get what you give with it, right? If you're in a positive mindset, thinking about how to achieve your goals and, putting positivity in the world, the Wheel of Fortune is going to send some back your way, right? That very much wants to do that. That's what the snake down the side here represents. Represents the vibrations you're putting out into the world. But that can also be true if you're putting out negative emotions, negative feelings, and thinking negative thoughts about yourself. The Wheel of Fortune will also send that back to you. And that's how people get stuck in ruts, right? You get stuck in like this negative cycle where you don't, you feel like you can't get out of it. Like nothing's working out. None of my plans are working. And that's how the power of positive thoughts can really help you out, is it can get you into a positive cycle that you just don't get out of. In your present, we got the Five of Pentacles, which is a card of kind of feeling left out in the cold, feeling like, you're kind of feeling abandoned and alone here. And that's kind of a tale of two halves we have already here with the Wheel of Fortune, is kind of like fortune and good things coming in for you, but also feeling left out in the cold. So it can be like a situation where, your financial material world is working out really well, but maybe your emotional world with like your, a partner or your friends and loved ones isn't going so well, right? So this and that can be true. It can be things are going good, but things are also going bad, right? So it can feel like that. With the Five of Pentacles, though, there's a very easy solution. These people are walking past a church, and if they want, they can ask the church to let them in. Sanctuary and salvation is there if they just ask for it. And that's the same for yourself, right? People are there to help you if you are willing to ask for it. If you're willing to, maybe if you are a proud person, maybe swallow a little bit of your pride to get that sanctuary, get that relief that you need, right? But it could also just say, there's helping hands there to help you get through this. But you just, maybe you don't realize that or don't feel that because you feel like you're left out in the cold. But they are there, right? There's always someone willing to help. It may not be the person you think or you would expect it to be, but there is a hand willing to help you out. Next up in your future position is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is someone who's young at heart. Could be you, could be someone you're encountering in the future. But someone who has that spark of creativity and ambition in their eyes, right? This person really is thinking about pursuing these dreams and goals of theirs that they have kind of maybe put on hold most of their life. And now they're just kind of getting this like creative spark of like, oh, I could really do this, right? This is achievable. This is attainable, right? It's not as unrealistic as maybe you first originally sought it out to be, right? So yeah, the pages, like all the pages are information gatherers, and the Page of Wands is no different. But with them, it is to do with your passions and desires. So maybe something you're really passionate about, but you never thought you could make a viable income off of it. Like I was talking about at the start, when I mentioned, where I mentioned what my father had told me when I was younger. It's like, you never make money at, and what that was for me was writing. He told me I never make money at that. You know, that might be for you. Maybe you had a similar situation where someone told you something like that, and you know, now it's like, you know what? That's not true. Actually, this is easier than he thought, or they thought, or whatever, or I thought even, right? And now it's like, maybe, can I do this, right? I always thought making a channel on YouTube would be super difficult and I never find an audience. But here I am, almost 200 subscribers, and it's like, wow, this is pretty wonky. Like, I'm surprised, right? I never thought this would happen. So in your outcome position is the Magician. You might want to check out Taurus's reading, because they also had the Magician in their outcome position, but it was in their clarifiers though. But you may have Taurus in your chart. Maybe that freaks someone out when I mentioned that. But the Magician is the master manifester. With the Magician, he has everything he needs to manifest what he wants in his life. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is like, it seems like you have good fortune and things are going good for you, even though you kind of feel like left out in the cold. Maybe use this time where you're left out in the cold. Well, it's like, you know, maybe it is a feeling that you're just being left out in the cold, or maybe it is you actually are being left out in the cold and you have a little more time to work on, you know, the stuff for yourself, right? Things for yourself. And that's where that sort of Page of Wands comes in. It's more you than someone else, and you're starting to manifest what you're passionate about, what you desire in this life, right? Something that will really make you happy, right? They say if you have a job or whatever, or a career in something that you love, you'll never work another day in your life, right? And maybe that's kind of what you're looking at now, is like, maybe I want to go into a field or something in something that like I really love, so that way it never feels like work, right? So I'm digging that. That's fantastic, Virgo. So we're going to get some clarifiers for you here in just a moment, but before we do, just remember you can stick around till the end of the video, because I'm going to tie everything off with a Moonology card here, Virgo. I'm thankful that you've stuck around this far. Thank you so much for that. We're going to get to your clarifiers and see what we got for you for these clarifiers, because I keep wanting to end that in a natural way, but it just doesn't want to. So clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles could be someone you're encountering. Maybe that's who the Wheel of Fortune is sending your way. It doesn't have to be a man. It can be a woman as well. It's just energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy in us. But the King of Pentacles is someone who really has a good head on their shoulder when it comes to their physical material world, right? They're the type of person that has like budgets and diets and things like that, right? We all know somebody like that, right? Who's really good with that stuff and seems like, oh, well, you have that all so well put together, right? And maybe that's the kind of person you've been manifesting, is like, this person's going to come in and kind of teach you a bit about that kind of stuff so that you can have good fortune. Right? I did mention how at the start with my own experience with my father, how he wanted me to be in a stable place before I pursued those things that I really wanted to go after. And that might be the same for you. Maybe this person's going to get you into that stability so you can eventually pursue what you want with this Page of Wands. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, she don't take no BS off no one. The Queen of Swords wants you to be honest with her, and if you're not honest with her, she's going to cut you. She's going to scratch you. That Queen of Swords is going to, right? And the thing is with her, she knows the truth. You know, she just wants to see if you are going to be honest with her, right? And if you are, then great. You can pat her and love her, and she'll take all what you want to give her. But if you're going to lie to her and, you know, be sneaky about her and tell her lies that she definitely knows are lies, she is going to scratch you. So maybe that's what's kind of leaving you out in the cold, is having someone that's very like, I just want the truth and I want honesty out of you, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you as well. And that's kind of leaving you feeling left out in the cold, because they're not really coddling you, right? And I say coddling, but they're not going easy on you, I should say. Maybe that's who that King of Pentacles is, right? They're like, listen, you need to do a massive overhaul on like your finances, or you need to do a massive overhaul on your diet or whatever. And you're kind of feeling left out in the cold because it's like, oh, well, I like this stuff and, you know, whatever. And like, I was doing fine before and I can still make it even though, right? And this person's like, no, like if you want to get to stability, you want to get into a good place so you can go after this stuff, you need to, you know, churn it around here, right? So that could be clarifying the Page of Wands is the Sun, the happiest card in the deck, everything coming up Millhouse. And with the Page of Wands being clarified by the Sun, it's sort of to say whatever you're pursuing is going to make you very happy, right? I feel like once you're in this stable place, once you're in this position to go after this stuff, really go after it, it's going to make you extremely happy. Like I say, if you find something that you love, you'll never work another day in your life, right? It's kind of that kind of vibe, right? With the Sun here, because it is happiness. It's happiness personified into the Sun. So that's fantastic. And clarifying the Magician is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is kind of like feeling, you know, you have a lot of anxieties and stresses over something, but it's kind of feels like it's the weight of the world pressuring down on you. I feel like you're manifesting the end of that, right? Like I say, maybe you've been feeling left out in the cold because of this person's kind of being kind of hard on you here. And that could be making you feel very stressed out and very panicky and stuff. And maybe feeling like the weight of the world is on you because it's like, oh, until I get this sorted out, I can't ever go after this. Right? But you are manifesting an end to that. You are manifesting that stability, right? It's not an end to, you know, it's not necessarily an end to like your way of life now. It's, even though it is that, it's a start of stability and a start of a pursuit of happiness, right? So that's fantastic here. Virgo, this is wonderful. So we're going to get you a clarifier here, and that one wants to go, so we're going to just let it go. And not a clarifier, a Moonology card, just to tie everything off. Thank you so much for being here, Virgo. I hope this has been helping out. This has been resonating. And we got for you the waning moon. What do you need to release? And isn't that lovely? Actually, Taurus had that card as well. So again, you may want to go check out that Taurus. Actually, Taurus had the Queen of Swords too. So again, there's some cards there. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart. You want to go check that out. But this is saying, what do you need to release, Virgo, right? Like I say, maybe you need to release those old ways and get into some new ways to get you that stability to pursue what you want, right? I feel like that's really going to set you into high gear. That's really going to put you in an awesome place so that you can pursue that happiness. So I'm digging that, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has been resonating. If you want to help out the channel, though, you can leave a like down below. You can subscribe, share the video, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos, too, after this one. Thank you again for being here, Virgo, and I hope to see you in the next video.